She's not texting you back, and your chest feels like it's collapsing in on itself. You keep staring at your phone, waiting, hoping. But let me tell you a truth no one dares to say. Her silence is a test, and most men fail it. You feel like you've lost control. The woman who once clung to your every word now drifts like smoke, intangible, untouchable. You replay every moment, every conversation, trying to find where it went wrong. Was it something you said? Something you didn't say? You scroll through old messages like a starving man picking through crumbs. But here's the bitter truth, brother. Women don't come back to men who chase. They come back to men who disappear with dignity. This moment you're in right now, it's your crucible. You are being forged in silence, in absence, in rejection. And you have two choices: become desperate and destroy every ounce of attraction left, or sit in the fire like a Roman statue, still, unmoving, and unbothered. Most men beg, most men fold, most men try to talk it out. But Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That means no texts, no double taps, no trying to win her back. That is the behavior of a man who lacks command of himself, and women can smell that desperation like blood in the water. Listen to me. You want her to come back? Then become unreachable, emotionally untouchable. Let her wonder what happened to the man who once made her feel seen. Let her scroll through your socials and find nothing. Let her sit in the same silence she handed to you until that silence becomes unbearable. That's when she returns. Not when you cry for her, not when you just want closure, but when your silence roars louder than her doubts. This is not about revenge. This is not a trick. This is power, and the man who masters his emotions, who refuses to flinch, who welcomes solitude like a fright and being, he becomes the mystery she aches to solve again. You must understand this. When a woman pulls away, it's rarely about logic. It's not about what you said or didn't say. It's not about whether you bought her flowers or remembered her favorite song. Female psychology runs on emotion, not reason. And when she senses weakness, emotional dependency, neediness, inconsistency, her biology tells her, he's not safe, he's not stable, he's not strong. You might think silence is passive, but in Stoicism, silence is one of the most powerful responses a man can choose, because it shows restraint. It shows you are not ruled by your instincts. You don't chase, not because you don't care, but because you care more about your integrity than your impulse. You're probably still feeling that ache in your chest, that heaviness behind your eyes when you lie awake at night, that hollow pit in your stomach when you see her online, active but not messaging you. You want to scream, you want to break something, you want to make her feel what you feel, but that, my brother, is exactly what destroys your masculine energy. What if I told you this was the moment you stop being a boy and become a man? Pain is the doorway. Most run from it. Few stand in it. Even fewer grow through it. But the man who doesn't respond to being ignored, the man who sits silent, still, immovable, that man becomes feared, respected, and remembered. Do you know what happens when you stop reacting? When you stop orbiting her like a lost planet looking for gravity? She starts feeling the void. She starts remembering the version of you she first fell for. The grounded, certain, unavailable man. But he doesn't return until you stop trying to bring him back for her. You bring him back for you. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Right now, begging her back is not or pretending to be okay is not true. You do not get her back by fighting for her. You get her back by fighting for yourself. But walking away in silence and using that silence to build your body, sharpen your mind and calm your spirit, that's both right and true. You want her to come back, then disappear in full view. The greatest mistake a man makes after a woman pulls away is making it about her. He turns her absence into his obsession. He thinks, how do I fix this? How do I win her back? He spirals in thought, in emotion, in regret. But hear this clearly. No woman is worth the sacrifice of your masculine core. A Stoic man does not chase closure. He creates it within himself. He doesn't seek validation in her words. He validates himself through action, discipline, and presence. That is the man who becomes irresistible, not because he plays games, but because he has standards. She left? Fine, that's her decision. But now she loses access to you. This isn't about being cold, it's about being clear. You will not be a placeholder, you will not wait on a woman who cannot recognize your value, and you will not distort yourself into someone else just to get her back. You are not clay for her moods to mold. You are stone, purpose-driven, mission-focused, stoic. Let her think she can do better. Let her chase new attention, validation, or a softer man who immediately caters to her whims. Because when reality sets in, and it always does, she'll realize what she lost. Not a boy desperate to be loved, but a man who loved himself enough to let her go. That's when she returns. Not when you send her paragraphs, not when you break your silence with a just checking in. No. She returns when your silence becomes heavier than her ego, when your absence whispers the truth she tried to ignore, that you were the real deal and she traded gold for glitter. This is your path now. Focus not on her, but on you. Train until your body becomes a sculpture of discipline. Study until your mind becomes a fortress of wisdom. Build until your name echoes louder than her doubts. And one day, when she scrolls and sees the man you've become, she won't recognize you. But she'll remember how you made her feel, and that memory will haunt her in silence. Let her come back to a different version of you, one she can no longer reach. Do you want to know what truly breaks a woman's ego? It's not insults, it's not arguments, it's not another woman. It's your evolution without her. When she left, she expected one of two things, that you would chase her, or that you would crumble. She never imagined you'd vanish into your purpose. Women don't expect men to heal in silence. They expect you to lash out, to try to talk things through, to send emotional messages late at night. But when you go completely quiet, not out of manipulation, but from a deep sense of respect for yourself, you become a question she can't answer. And the female mind hates unanswered questions. You see, silence isn't the absence of words, it's the presence of power. And the reason silence works is not because it punishes her, it's because it forces her to face herself without your energy propping her up. Suddenly she starts wondering if the emotional high she got from you was real. Suddenly, every man she compares to you feels less. Not because you're trying to be superior, but because you've become rare, stoic, focused, whole. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In modern terms, if she disrespected you, disconnection is the response. No drama, no retaliation, just distance. And the deeper the silence, the louder your self-worth becomes. She may try to bait you, a like on your post, a random "hope you're well" text. Don't take the bait. She's not reaching out because she changed. She's reaching out because she felt the shift from you orbiting her to her orbiting you. This is where 99% of men fold. They think, she messaged me, she wants me back. No, she wants to know if she still has access. And every response you give tells her, yes, I'm still waiting. You want her to come back and respect you. Then stay silent until she feels your absence like a wound. And when she returns, don't open your arms. Open your eyes and decide if she still deserves a seat in your kingdom. Here's the brutal truth no one wants to admit. Sometimes she only comes back because she sees you've moved on. Not out of love, out of fear. Fear that you've become something she can no longer influence. Fear that she's lost the only man who ever made her feel truly seen, without being controlled. And it's in that moment, when she reaches back, you face your real test as a man. Because this isn't about getting her back. It's about whether the man you became in her absence will betray himself just to feel wanted again. The world is full of men who rise only to collapse when the woman returns. They forget the pain, they forget the silence, they forget how it felt to be discarded. All because she said, I miss you. But a Stoic man remembers. Not to hold a grudge, but to hold the lesson. Your silence wasn't just space. It was the sword you used to cut away the weaker version of yourself. The version who tolerated mixed signals. The version who confused lust with loyalty. The version who thought that love was earned by proving himself. No more. When she comes back, and she will, it's not the time to celebrate. It's the time to evaluate. Ask yourself, is she returning with growth or with guilt? Is she apologizing from the soul or manipulating with nostalgia? Is she drawn to your spirit or just lonely? If she doesn't match your new standards, let her feel what it's like to lose you twice. Marcus Aurelius didn't build empires by clinging to comfort. He built them through discipline, detachment, and clarity. That must be you now. You must guard your peace like it's a kingdom under siege. Because it is. Let every version of you that begged, cried, over-explained, doubted himself, die. So when she returns to your door, she doesn't find the man who lost himself in her. She finds the man who found himself in her absence. And that, my brother, is the kind of man she will never want to lose again. You're not here to win her back. You're here to win yourself back. Because that's what this was all along. A mirror. She walked away, not to destroy you, but to expose you, to reveal the parts of you that were fragile, dependent, and unprepared. And now you have a choice that will define the man you become. Break, or become unbreakable. The greatest illusion in a man's life is that he needs a woman to feel complete. But completion doesn't come from her body, her words, or her love. It comes when you sit in your emptiness and fill it with purpose. It comes when you walk through your loneliness and make it your home. It comes when you master the art of standing still in a storm and smile as it rages around you. Every second you do not reach out. Every hour you go without checking her page. Every day you wake up and build your mind, your money, your muscle, your mission. You become a man most women only meet once and regret losing forever. Let me remind you, a woman cannot respect a man who doesn't respect himself. And silence is the sharpest form of self-respect. Don't just disappear to manipulate her. Disappear to evolve. Let her wonder what you're doing. Let her fantasize about the man she let go. Let her realize, too late, that the man who once craved her presence has now become a king in her absence. This is not revenge. This is rebirth. Marcus Aurelius said, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So take that power back. From your doubts, from your you, as from your past. You are not a slave to your desire. You are not a victim of your feelings. You are not the man who begs. You are the man who becomes. She will come back. And when she does, you won't even flinch. Because your silence became your armor, and your absence became her lesson.